All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's episode 51, the Always Chillin podcast. Skinny D and the Sandman, the barbershop. Once again, good to see everybody. So apparently this is pretty common in the NBA. I've never heard of this. Maybe you can explain it to me. So Bryce McGowan's got drafted.
Okay.
He got drafted by the Timberwolves and then immediately traded to the Hornets.
Right.
And apparently that happens in the NBA like all the time. They draft people and then just trade them right away.
Yep.
Why do they do that? That doesn't happen in the NFL and shit, does it?
Yeah, it happens. You just don't hear about it in the NFL much. Like, once a guy in the NFL is where he is, they're usually there.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see
that's what it seems like.
Mid-season trading in the NFL or anything. With the NBA, I'll tell you, Kobe was drafted by the Charlotte Hornets, but was immediately traded to the Lakers. One that still depresses me till this day was Chris Webber. Got drafted by the Orlando Magic. So it would have been Chris Webber, Shaquille O'Neal, and Penny Hardaway. Woo! But
so do they just draft somebody that they know another team wants?
right.
And then
we fell
like,
at
we know you
4
want this guy.
and you fell at 5 or you fell at 6 and we got a chance to get the guy you want. But the guy we really want is falling down to your pick. Let's just deal. Which is, most of the time that is what it is. It's just placement, pick placement.
Seems like a lot of extra steps.
Yeah.
Everybody just end up at the same place anyway.
Yeah. But there's been
It's confusing.
Michael Jordan, bro, was drafted by Portland and was immediately traded that night.
Yeah, it's confusing. I saw a Journal Star article. It was like, oh, Bryce McGowan's drafted by the Timberwolves. And then the Huskers posted like a welcome to Charlotte, Bryce McGowan's thing at like the same time. And I was like, which fucking team did he go to?
Yeah, and most of the time it's just, pick placement. Like, you're the guy we really want, because all these owners and GMs, they all talk, you know what I mean? They go through, what they call the war room. So it used to be back in the day, they were all in one room together. I don't know how they do it now, but they all talk, like, and usually it's just pick placement. Or the guy we want's coming up faster than we thought he would. So you pick him, and if I get a chance to pick the equivalent or the guy that you want, something better.
Oh, so they deal like that even.
Yeah, then at the end of the night we'll trade.
It's like some playground shit, man. That's
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Picking
playing with people's lives.
Yeah, I mean,
these are real people, man.
Yeah, and it's probably a better fit for him.
Yeah, probably. It's probably a good deal for everybody.
I think he'll do good in Charlotte.
The
way they run right now. I think he'll fit.
Yeah. He came to Nebraska as like a 1 year and done dude, right?
Yeah,
like he was pretty.
Yeah,
he was pretty open about that.
He was pretty open about that. And
that sucks.
Besides his slight, who am I to talk? You know what I mean? I don't know, but the NBA's changed. Back in the NBA, back in my day, Karl Malone, David Robinson, Kevin Willis, Charles Barkley. These dudes had 16, 18, 19-inch pipes. You know what I mean? And it ain't that no more.
Big dudes.
See a lot of dudes, they real slight, you know what I mean? So I think he might be all right as far as that goes, but I think he was NBA ready.
Yeah, I hope so. His brother wasn't, I guess.
No.
He didn't even get drafted.
No.
Which,
I think he came back. Did he come back?
No, you can't come back. Once you declare for the draft, you're gone.
Oh, unless you sign with an agent. If you sign with an agent, then you're gone.
Yeah. And they were both in the draft, so they had to have signed with an agent, right?
Not necessarily.
I don't think you can come back.
Not necessarily. It used to be back in the day, if you declare early, you can't come back. But now I think they kind of, as long as you don't sign with an agent, you're just kind of seeing where you're at out there. But once you sign with an agent, you can't come back to school. As long as you don't sign with an agent, you can come back to school. But probably today, if a guy jumps early, and he doesn't get picked, he's probably going to transfer anyway.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's probably embarrassing, right? To be like, I'm going to the show.
Well, what should be embarrassing
and then you don't get
is
picked. And then you got to just come back to and then if you could come back to school, that'd be the most embarrassing shit ever, probably. How do you show your face after that?
I mean, damn. I'm trying
to
think.
You're like putting. Not that it's bad to not get drafted, but you're putting yourself out there, man. You're saying to the world, like, I am 100% confident that I'm good enough to play in the NFL or the NBA, whatever. You're and they don't even say signing up for the draft. They call it declaring. I'm declaring for the draft. I'm declaring that I'm good enough to play in the NFL. and then you don't get picked.
Well, we got the G League now. I'm forgetting we got the G League. Back in the day, we didn't have nothing like that. So probably end up in the G League.
Yeah.
Probably 9 times out of 10, he's gonna end up in the G League. Yeah, he'll probably end up in the G League,
which is still more professional sports than
I mean,
either of the sports.
I mean, what it's 6 figures, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's still
I mean,
that's still good shit, man.
it's, yeah, you still playing basketball. I don't know, but that's just where the NBA is with me today. It's kind of
Where
it's just different basketball, different ways, different politics in the game than what I'm used to.
That's just how it goes, man.
Yeah,
You're just getting older.
Am I that old motherfucker now?
Yeah,
that old
shit's
motherfucker
different
now?
back in my day.
Back in my day, I'm
Basketball
that
players
dude
used
now.
to be buff.
I'm that dude
Yeah.
now. Fuck
Well,
it.
I mean, even like in football, like even just in my lifetime, football is different.
Oh yeah, football drastically changed.
Yeah,
drastically
It's
changed.
really, really, really different.
Can't even tackle a dude now.
Mm-hmm.
Can't talk shit.
Yeah, stuff can get different really fast. They can just change one rule in between seasons, and then the next season, shit just feels different.
You know what I want to see?
Huh?
You know, we got all these documentaries and shit, right? The Last Dance. We got the new Lakers show. We got Magic's new shit. You know what I mean? I want to docu about referees.
No, that would be
I
interesting.
want to talk to the
They're
referees.
people too,
They're
man.
people too. Let's talk to the referees. Like,
Yeah.
what's the craziest shit you ever seen on the field or on the court?
I bet there is one of those.
Who's the dude where you got caught with your mouth open like, and you fucked the call up? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I say that. I watch. I can't remember the name of the podcast off the top of my head, but I think it was back in 2001. About 2000, 2001. His name was Brian Dennehy, not the actor, but he was an NBA referee, and he got caught for. I guess it was shaving points, but he got caught for it. Well, he just got released from prison, and he's talking.
Damn.
Like he's not necessarily talking about shit on the court, but he's talking like who he was dealing with when he was fucking with these games and shit. So I thought, why don't more referees?
So people that are betting on the games were paying him, or was he betting on the games
well,
himself? Because there's no way he's allowed to bet on the games, right?
He said he never gambled on the games, but he helped friends.
Yeah,
take advantage.
And they probably slid him
cut
some
him some. Yeah, we know what that means. I know what that means. Yeah. But he's. I think he did like 8 years.
That doesn't seem like very much. I thought you were gonna say like 18.
No. He did like 8, maybe 10.
Well,
18.
imagine like, I wonder if they did the math on like how much money he made other people lose. You know, because people that voted the other way, they lost a lot of money.
Or the over that.
Yeah, he's fucking with he's probably fucking with millions of dollars.
Probably the ones that called on him.
Yeah, probably.
Like, hey, you fucking up.
Yeah.
You didn't went too far, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You're messing with a lot of people's money.
Yes,
if you're
you
doing
are.
that shit. So 8 years, that doesn't seem like shit to me. For that.
Nah.
That's not that bad, I don't think.
To do what he did.
It's like, I don't even know what racketeering is, but it sounds like that's what it is.
You know what? Me neither.
that sounds like some racketeering.
What the fuck does racketeering
That sounds like some
actually
racketeering
mean? Is that different than the RICO?
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what RICO is? RICO stands for I don't know. I've never been RICO'd, but I remember being in prison.
I don't know what that is.
I was in the joint, and the big ballers, the big motherfuckers, they got the white money on them. And shit.
Yeah, it kind of is racketeering.
Is that the RICO?
Well, I don't know about the RICO, but
look up the RICO.
Well, here's racketeering real quick. Racketeering is the act of acquiring a business through illegal activity, and we'll get to the referee thing. There's a few different things that could be racketeering. So, acquiring a business through illegal activity, operating a business with illegally derived income, or using a business to commit illegal acts. That's almost like being a referee and fixing a game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're in total control.
Yeah. So maybe it is kind of like racketeering.
Yeah. I would have to.
I think I'm good at guessing what stuff is.
Yeah. I would have to go back and look at his charges. Maybe that.
Yeah, I'm good at guessing what stuff means.
You definitely going to prison for racketeering.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. RICO. You know what julienne cut is when you're cutting food?
Cut real thin or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Because my wife was like, She's like, "Oh, can you cut some potatoes?" I'm fucking around. I'm like, "Oh, you want them julienne style, my world famous julienne potatoes?" And she's like, "You don't even know what that means." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's probably like French fries or something."
Nah,
And I googled it, and it is. It's thin French fries.
thin cut.
Yeah, it's well, when you julienne something, but when you julienne a potato, it's a French fry. Yeah. So I was like, "Oh, it is a fucking French fry."
Yeah,
I actually do know what it is. And she was like, "There's no way you could julienne something like." It's actually not that hard.
It's
and
not
I
that
could
hard. It's not that
believe
hard.
in yourself. You can julienne some stuff.
You can julienne some shit.
Oh, RICO is the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. It's a federal law designed to combat organized crime in the United States. It allows prosecution and civil penalties for racketeering performed as part of an ongoing criminal interest. So it's basically like mafia shit or something. It seems
So specifically for
seems like to
certain
me.
groups,
Yeah, this is
certain people.
well, this is for criminal enterprises, which I guess would be like gangs and shit too. Probably.
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. They're in there. Yeah, yeah,
Gangs make money.
yeah, yeah. Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Speaking of my wife told me a story today. One of those stories that like your wife shouldn't tell you. You know, like she tells you, and you're like, "Yeah, probably would have been better off not knowing that." So she was her cousin got married a few years ago,
Right.
and they went to like a chick strip club. You know, like Thunder Down Under type shit, where dudes are like waggling their
Chippendales?
Yeah, like
Okay,
Chippendales type
okay,
shit.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So they went there, and she was laughing. She was talking about how she was laughing about it, and she was like, today she was like, "Did I ever tell you what happened at the bachelorette party when we went to that strip club thing?" And I was like, "No," and she's like, "Yeah, one of the stripper dudes like came up behind me and like just knocked me over and bent me over the stage, and just started like humping me from behind." And I was like, "Okay, I don't like picturing my wife like that."
Right. Okay.
So you could have not told me that, but then I'm like, well, I'm not mad because it sounds like you weren't exactly like a willing participant in that. Like she practically got sexual assaulted at this place.
Yeah.
Basically. Like,
Yeah.
Apparently the male strippers just come up and fucking manhandle you. And I was talking to her, and I was like, that's so different than strip clubs for dudes, because the strip clubs for dudes, like you're not allowed to touch each other.
Go to
And
jail.
Yeah, and at strip clubs for girls, the male strippers will just like bend them over something and start like pretending to butt fuck them.
Yeah, that is.
It's weird, right?
That is weird.
Yeah,
That is weird.
yeah,
I've probably been to a strip club
yeah. I was gonna ask, you ever been to a strip club? I've been to one in Manteca, California,
maybe 5 times in my life.
5 times. That seems like
Maybe 3, bro.
I feel like one time was like,
And
I've seen a strip.
well, my whole thing is, well, I ain't about to give you some bread to just look at you. I'm damn sure not about.
Well, then
to
strip
give
clubs
you,
ain't for you. Why'd you go 5
You know what I
times?
mean? Well, the first time I went was my 21st birthday. I went with my pops and his homeboy MC. May he rest in peace, Vietnam vet. And I don't know where we're going. I think we just ride, right? So we end up in the strip club. I can't remember the name of it. Right down here on the corner, and we go in, and I'm like, oh shit, whatever. I seen titties before, you know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man, I got kids already and shit. My pop went to the fucking counter and came back with 21 ones and just threw them all at me. And all the girls, man, I'm like,
21
so I'm like,
ones. They're like, dude, that dude over there's got $20.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck, man? So unless they got a shower back there, and y'all been here 8 hours with your panties up your ass,
That's true. Getting
back
all
up off
sweaty.
me. I'm real
Yeah.
hygienic. You know what I mean? I'm like, you know what I mean? First of all, I'm not about to let you put your pussy in my face. You've been here all day doing this. At least you maybe a baby swipe that you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
I just didn't feel right in that motherfucker. First of all, if I see your ass walking down the street and I try to holler at you, you gonna charge me to, I might like you. You know what I mean? You gonna you know what I mean? You gonna charge me some bread to be your boyfriend, Just
think
wasn't
so.
my thing. Wasn't my thing at all. I wasn't a strip club kind of guy.
Yeah.
Not at all. I remember going in one time, and I won't say my homie's name, but my first time in this particular establishment. So the lady comes over, and she had a blue wig on, I remember. Big old booty, too. And she takes our drink orders, And she goes around the table and she's like, "What are you having? You know, what are you having? What are you having?" And she's like, "I know, you know what I mean," said my homie's name and everything. Knew he was drinking shit. And I was like, "Damn, dog, how often do
How
you
many times you
come? She knows your name. She knows your drink. She totally skipped you, dog. What the fuck, man? You coming in here drinking your lunch and shit for work, motherfucker?" Yeah, that was not a strip club guy, man.
Yeah, so it's just like, they are kind of gross, and you feel weird because it's like, why do I want to get like sexually excited in a room full of
Hard legs.
yeah? It's like there's like 2 chicks up on the stage and 50 dudes, and 47 of them got boners, and it's just weird.
No, not a
Yeah.
game I want to
Yeah,
play.
it's just weird. But I did think we went to one in Manteca. We were one of my friends got out of the Marine Corps, and he moved back home to Manteca, California. And me and my other friend were like, "Oh, we never been up north. Let's go check it out." Manteca's more north. We were in Southern California. Manteca's farther north. So we were like, "Oh, we never been north before. Let's go check it out." So we road trip up there, and like he has a regular job now. So we get there while he's still at work, and we're like, "Oh, what should we do?" He's like, well, there's a strip club not that far from my house," and we're like, "Oh, okay, sure." And it was weird, but there's the stage was like in the middle, and then the seating was like all around it. You know, it was like it wasn't that
Okay.
big. It wasn't that big, but it was like stadium. There was like 3 levels of seating
Oh,
all
shit.
around but it wasn't that big. It's like saying there's 3 levels of seating makes it sound more impressive than it is. But
Gotcha.
it wasn't. It was kind of a small, shitty little place. But there's a dude sitting like at the back, like as far back as he possibly could be. He was just wadding up ones and tossing them, and I thought that was pretty funny. So I started doing that too. So,
Regular.
yeah, I've never even done like the put a dollar bill in her G string or anything. I've done the wad it up and throw it because I thought that shit was pretty funny. Because when they were done dancing, they would go get all the wadded up ones and sit there and like uncrumple them. And I just thought that was the funniest shit.
The when you went to the strip club, when you was it full nude or was it pasties?
It wasn't even. It was like,
Because I hear the strip clubs in California are really whack.
yeah, it was like bikini tops.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't even. There was no nudity like
Okay.
at all. Yeah.
The ones here outside city limits, I think they can get full nude. But they just tore one down.
Yeah,
man.
they took Shakers down.
Yeah, I saw. I
That's
think
crazy.
her name was.
They could do. I never went out there. Did you? ever go?
Never. Yeah, I went out there a couple times. I think we saw Lisa Lips out there, bro.
Lisa Lips
on accident.
Who is
Yeah.
that?
She was a porn star back in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
who
have-
she was.
I have no
but
idea.
Yeah, she was there that
Sure,
night.
man.
Yeah, she
Lisa
was there that
Lips.
night. And that was a juice bar. It was a juice bar.
Well, yeah, that's why they were allowed to do full nudity.
Right, and it was
'cause-
outside city limits. Kind of
Yeah.
in between two towns
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, they just
Yeah.
closed that down.
Well, yeah,
Or tore it down.
They closed it
demolished
down
that
a
shit.
while ago. It was a big pink barn. Yeah, they closed it down a while ago, and they painted it gray, and then they put it up for sale, and nobody wanted to buy it because it's like
OnlyFans, dog. OnlyFans knocked that shit out,
it's a
man.
fucking strip club building.
OnlyFans fucked the whole.
Nobody
whole-
wanted to touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. Shit's probably disgusting in there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that was just that was a personal deal there
Mm-hmm.
between
Yeah, so
two towns.
They tore that shit down.
Tore that shit down. Fuck it.
man.
If we can't come to something to do with this motherfucker, we'll tear it down. Fuck it.
End of an era, man. People used to go to shit. You could get in there if you were 18.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. Juice bar. You can get any kind of fucking juice in that motherfucker you wanted.
But you couldn't you bring your own booze though?
That was the one in Council Bluffs, right over the river, and I have been to that one. That was probably the
It
last.
seems like
time.
you've been more than 5 times.
You probably right, dog. You probably right, dog. Maybe 6.
Yeah, it seems like 5 was
maybe
the low.
6. Maybe
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Maybe 7.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of that bitch, but it's an old airplane hangar, and there's a Walmart and a liquor store, like 2 miles down the road. First stop, bang bang, get on the dirt road, and you see the big Quonset building. I think it was huge. Like there's like 30 strippers on the stage at once, and they all rotate. I mean, they'll sell like Michelob Ultra, Michelob Light, but yeah, you can drag your own cooler in there, your own whiskey, whatever the fuck. And if the table next to you runs out of drink, hey man, I got a couple buds for you, $2.50. You can sell that shit in there, man. It's council. I don't know that old cowboy ass fucking town, man. But yeah, Then the next one was Hamburg, Iowa.
Hamburg, Iowa.
Hamburg, Iowa, in the middle of a fucking floodplain, man. I was in the car with my cousins, and man, we drinking this big ass bottle of Hennessy, just passing around. Shouldn't have been fucking driving in the dark at all,
not,
right?
yeah.
Oh man, we ended up in Hamburg, Iowa, man. I walk in and I see flannels and fucking camo hats and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm fresh out the penitentiary, man. Then I look around and everybody done disappeared on me. So I'm sitting at the table with this bottle of fucking Hennessy, man, and everybody comes out. And I see one of the chicks, and I'm like, I know you. Not do you just look familiar, but I know you. You know what I mean? Like, what's up? What's happening? I ain't mad at you. You getting your hustle on. But she apparently tried to say one of the homies didn't pay her for her dance and tried to start some shit. I'm like, damn. So the homie threw $100 bill at her, and we got the fuck up out of there. Yeah, man, that was a hell of a night that night. But again, I ain't giving nobody no money. I just sat there.
You never given anybody any money?
No, that's that. I was sitting here brainstorming about that. Nah, I ain't never put one in the G string. Never, nothing.
Damn.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Like, I can look at you from across the room. That guy's paying you $20, but I can watch from here.
You know, I can see you from here. I don't necessarily need you all up on me.
Damn, they probably hated you in there, huh?
Yeah. Well, see, that was another.
Did they talk shit to you about that?
The homies would probably talk shit and drop me off. Like if they had a plan or we came out of somewhere and they were like, "What y'all want to do now? Let's hit the titty bar." And, and there's probably a couple homies behind my back looking like at me. You know what I mean? Like, let's take him home first. You know.
Yeah, dude,
I was that dude, man. I was like, man, y'all going to the
man.
fucking strip club, man? Fuck that shit. I got a girl at home, man. What the fuck? You want to see some titties, man? I was that dude. I would talk shit. Like, why y'all? What the fuck? Yeah, I would ruin the whole strip club date night for the fellas. Man.
That's funny, man. What's the one right down here with the neon sign?
I always get them mixed up,
of
bro.
like the ladies dancing. I remember that from when I was a kid, dude. My dad used to work downtown, and I remember driving past that sign with the butt ass naked ladies.
It's the night before. Is the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
The sign, and Foxy Lady is the one on O Street.
Yeah. There's two of them downtown.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Yeah, I've never been to one.
Used to be three. But those pretty much. Actually, no, I think there used to be four. Well, Lincoln was full of that shit, man. Like I said, back in the day, Lincoln was a place to stop, get some ass, shoot a motherfucker, and get the fuck up out of town.
Wild West. Dude.
Wild West for real.
Wild West.
So it always had that strip club, brothel kind of deal here.
Yeah. Yeah. So not yesterday, Friday. And I don't think we're necessarily going to talk about this, but that Roe versus Wade shit went down.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. And it's like, I don't really necessarily want to talk about it or get talked to about it because, like, nobody's changing anybody's minds ever on it.
I'm with you there.
And
I don't
know. I'm certainly not
also
super pleased.
I want to add to everything you just said. And at the same time, like, first, I don't have enough knowledge. And again, as a man, I don't feel like I should be.
Yeah. Well, and I have concerns not even about the abortion aspect, but it sets a bad precedent. Like, courts are all about precedent. So now that they've done this, they can reverse a lot of other shit.
Okay. Interracial marriage. We both.
Yeah, I mean, they could.
I mean, what?
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's like, hopefully it doesn't get that bad. But people are legit worried about them going and reversing the gay marriage thing. That's a legitimate thing that could happen. And it's like, I don't know. It's cool that people are religious and it's cool that people are Christians, but like these conversations always devolve into like, well, I don't believe in it. So it's like, okay, well, I do. And I don't believe in what you said. So, like, how come what you believe is what more important?
Because you have a position.
Yeah, well, it's like we can talk about stuff, but as soon as people are like, well, I don't like it because the Bible says, and then it's like, I'm done with.
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
just told you what we
completely
talked about
disengage you from that
earlier. You know, the
conversation.
King
Yeah.
James version.
Yeah, the Bible
where,
said a
you know
lot
what
of
I mean,
shit.
so fuck you on that. What the Bible said. You know what I mean, that that's just so far out of the door with me right now on this subject here.
Well, and it's I don't know, man. Like we should be able to talk about political stuff without a religious aspect at all.
When those lines even fucking cross?
I mean, they've always been. We've never been able to. We've never been able to uncross them. You know, because I mean, like our money says, like in God we trust on it. You know, like the Constitution was like about God given rights and stuff. You know, so like, but that was. I mean, everybody was a Christian in the colonies back then. So, like, people read the Declaration of Independence talking about God, and they're like, yeah, that's cool. I believe that. But now it's like every time they do a poll, the number of people in the United States, like the percentage of people that are religious goes way down.
Way down.
Yeah, and it's like
you see, we talked about this yesterday in the shop. God damn it, I forgot. What is it? Non-denominational churches.
yeah,
You see a lot of them popping up where
Mm-hmm.
they're not necessarily Christian. They're just here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Seeing a lot of that around Lincoln. I'm sure it's happening everywhere else because I did see those same numbers.
Yeah. So I don't know. It felt weird, like when I was on Facebook and I saw the headline about Roe versus Wade being, and I didn't even know they were talking about it. Really, I'm so out of the loop. I didn't even know that they were like having a conversation about that.
I had my ear to the ground, but I didn't actually think that they would do that.
Yeah, me neither. I was really surprised.
This is still America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
to have that, I mean, they doing that
I was
shit.
really, really, really surprised. And now, I mean, Nebraska's definitely gonna. I mean,
Well, and see,
there's
and
no
that's,
way they're not gonna vote to ban that. There's no way.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, we might be surprised.
We might be
because
surprised.
the constitutional carry.
But to
thing
leave it
didn't
to
go,
the
but-
states,
Yeah.
I think California. I could be wrong. I think there's a couple states already that are already fighting to keep abortion legal in their states.
A bunch of states were so excited that they had it's called trigger laws.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, where as soon as the Supreme Court said that it was overturned, they were so excited about it that they had already voted a law in that just said if the Supreme Court ever overturns it, we're gonna ban them.
Damn.
Yeah, like you're so excited to ban that.
Damn.
Like you can't fucking wait to ban that shit.
Damn.
Can't wait. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, Missouri had one.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. But I mean a bunch of states had one. Nebraska didn't. But they are going to go they're going to call the legislature back into session to vote on it.
Yeah, I hope it's not over. Like I said, I don't have enough knowledge to even.
Yeah. And it's got to be there's no way this is like a huge deal. Like
I mean, this is almost like
I'm honestly glad I don't work downtown anymore. Because there's gonna be people out in front of the Capitol building every single
Well, I was
day.
cutting. I was cutting.
There's gonna be
Friday,
like
I-
mobs, like getting
man,
around.
and I saw
Yeah.
people just with signs and shit. And
Oh,
I'm
so it's
like,
already going down?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
dude,
day,
it's gotta be
day.
be impossible to get anywhere.
That day, bro, I probably saw 2,500 people walk by in
Yeah, like-
2-3 hours with signs and shit, and then I just heard. "Rah." So I'm leaving, and I'm like, oh, they're fucking over there in front of the county city building, man. Deep as shit,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, some of the protests that happen around here are like 5 people show up, but this is not gonna be one, especially when they get into special session, dude. Like,
Oh, they was deep.
I think even getting downtown is gonna be hard. So yeah, I'm glad I don't work down here anymore, so I don't gotta fuck with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be some shit. It's gonna be some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I guess I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention to
Yeah,
it.
I'm just not super interested in talking to anybody about it because it's like,
You can't anymore.
yeah, like if you think it should be banned, I'm not gonna be the one that convinces you that it shouldn't be, and you're not gonna be the one that convinces me that it should be banned. Because it's like I don't know. I'm just like in the just leave everybody the fuck alone camp. You know, like I wouldn't get one. You know, if me and my wife were pregnant, we would never even consider it. But we're not in a situation where we need to. You know, like,
if there was a situation where
Yeah.
you had to,
be nice to have the option. You know?
couldn't afford it. You had a career, going to
Mhm.
school, too young. Okay, I understand. I ain't gonna damn you for that. You know, that's especially being a woman. You know, just I don't know. Like I said, in my family, women have always been placed, on their pedestals. You know what I mean? We always cater to our women. So being a man, even trying to tell a woman what to do in my family, oh dog, that's your ass. You know what I mean? So
Well, and now people are worried they're going to come after like birth control.
well, what is that? The morning after pill?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
That
seems fucked up, too.
That's an
According
abortion,
to
but
certain people's standards,
but you pay for that. You got to pay for that. No doctor. You can't get that from a doctor. You go. I think we can go to CVS and get that.
Well, you got to pay for abortion. I think abortions are expensive as fuck. Probably.
Yeah, I don't know.
I doubt they're covered by insurance.
I don't know.
There's no way that insurance companies cover it. Yeah, it's probably expensive as hell. It's traumatic, probably. It's sad. It's expensive. It's like nobody's excited
Potentially damaging.
No one like wakes up in the morning like, hell yeah, I'm gonna go do this today. Like it's a traumatic thing on top of a traumatic thing, probably.
Unless she hate her baby daddy, unless she hate the motherfucker she fucking.
Yeah, and then it's like there's situations where I guess even like I would consider like if you know that your baby's gonna be born like completely like a vegetable, like completely bedridden and paralyzed, and
I mean we can go on down the line.
Yeah, there's
one night stands.
And tons and
you know
tons.
What I mean, we're never gonna be together. We're never gonna see each other again.
Yeah,
why bring a baby? You know what I mean?
There's tons of scenarios.
Tons.
That I mean I don't think you can make like
where
a sweeping decision
where I can be it ain't none of my business.
Yeah,
ain't none of my business.
Yeah,
but here we are.
Mm-hmm.
This is shit they doing in China. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
How's it different?
Weird. It's really weird.
It's kind of no different.
That's what I'm saying. When I saw the headline, it felt like it like I felt like ouch, like I don't know. It came out of nowhere. Like I said, I didn't even know that. I
did not think that was gonna happen.
Up for discussion.
I knew it was in the air, but like I said, I did not. They ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, no
they ain't
clue.
gonna do
So
that.
It kind of took the breath out of me a little bit when I first saw it.
What's crazy about it is I remember walking by a Planned Parenthood to go to school every day.
Yeah,
right in the hood, right in the fucking hood, man.
Mm-hmm. And that's a good point about like the morning after pill and stuff.
Yeah. Well, what's that promoting? I mean, that's promoting.
I guess that's different because you don't know for sure if there's and like the argument of like when does it become a life? That's so
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like how do you even?
That is a huge argument.
Yeah, well, it's I don't know. Like once you do the thing that makes the life happen, I mean, if something is going to become a life, if you don't stop it, I mean, is that a life right at that moment, or is it not a life?
So much language involved.
And then there's rules like you can only get an abortion in the first trimester, so it's like it's not. And I'm not saying anything that I think. I'm just trying to wrap my head around like the current climate or whatever. Like, it's not a life until it's like 3 months old, and then it is.
I think that's what they say.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, where's the line, man? Like how do they define it?
It's real thin if it's there.
Yeah, I don't think they do. That's probably why it's such an issue. Because if there was a definite like this is when it's a person, because some people are like, and I mean it's kind of a hard thing to argue against when people are like, well, you hate babies, and it's like you're saying that this baby isn't even a human being. It's like, well, that's kind of a harsh way to put it.
Come on, man, damn.
Yeah, it's kind of
damn.
Yeah, you're putting me in kind of a corner here.
You think I'm happy to be here?
Yeah, it's like nobody looks at it as killing babies. But
all in all, I don't think it's over.
No, I mean, there's no way.
I do not think that is not over one way or another.
It's about to spark
not over.
It's about to be like Civil War, the sequel about this.
One way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some going. There's gonna be some
shit
clashing of
needs
the
to
titans.
get figured out. Yeah.
Either way, you know what I mean. Don't act like women ain't got no power in this motherfucker. Man.
Well, it's not even just women, man. Like.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean that's true for both sides. Like even like the pro-life or whatever, the pro-life side, which I mean that's like a marketing spin too. Like saying you're pro-life, it's like everybody's pro-life.
Well, Peter throws blood on motherfuckers. So
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
like, it's
pro-life.
so much-
Okay, what do you
so much,
mean?
it's so much like marketing, and then you could call abortion like anti-baby, but you call it pro-choice, but you could call pro-life like
so
anti.
much language involved.
Well, yeah, you could call pro-life anti-choice, but that would sound horrible. Like I'm about to get on a total tangent and even forget what I was saying, but when feminism first came around, they wanted to call it equalism, but people hated that.
I think I remember that.
People are like equalism. No way, I don't want everybody to be equal. So they started calling it feminism, and that actually did better.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's all like all these like groups. It's a
it's
marketing.
the language. It's the verbiage,
It's
man.
all it's all like a marketing spin,
It's
man.
the verbiage.
Like you, like I could go out and hold a sign that says I'm pro-life, and it's like, oh, that's a good thing, because like everybody's pro-life. Nobody wants to kill somebody.
Nobody wakes up.
yeah,
I mean,
like
unless you're
I don't know.
fucking nut job.
But yeah, it's nice to have options. If you're in a real bad situation, it's nice to not be stuck in a really bad. It's nice to, it's nice to have options.
I said I don't think that's.
And just because somebody else has options doesn't mean that you have to do it. It just means that they have options. And just because you don't think I should do something doesn't mean that I shouldn't do it.
Motherfuckers got that shit fucked up today.
Yeah.
I think we kind of tatted on that a little last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just because, and that's the religion thing that I was talking about. But like, just because you think that I shouldn't do something, or just because you think that a certain piece of scripture can be interpreted to mean that I shouldn't do something, like I don't care. Like I really don't care. Like you can open up the Bible and put it in my face and read what it says to me. I don't care. That's not going to have any bearing on how I live my life.
I had a preacher in my chair. It's been some years ago, but I guess he was a preacher. What's the difference between a preacher and a fucking
I don't know.
pastor, bishop? What's the difference?
I don't know. But I'm not even saying there's not good lessons in it, because some of the stories, like there are good lessons.
Yeah. I definitely apply some of the stories to my life.
But
I'm with
that's
you
just
there.
because those would be good stories whether they were in the Bible or not.
Or not. Yeah, it could be a regular book.
That'd be a good episode of a kid's cartoon.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, like the moral of like stories have morals. That's the whole point.
Just give me the story. The fictional characters.
Yeah, but
or not,
when you start pointing at the story, like this story about King Solomon says that you should do this, it's like, no, I shouldn't, man. That's not,
I ain't doing that.
That's not the point of the story,
that was
man.
Cool for then.
King Solomon isn't here.
It didn't work out for him.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Where's he at? Dead.
It didn't work out.
Here I am alive.
He died in that battle, right?
Or whatever. Yeah, so like the stories themselves, I don't have a problem with. I'm not saying I don't care what's in the Bible or you shouldn't care what's in the Bible. I'm just saying when you start pointing at the Bible and saying things that other people should or should not be doing.
You got a favorite verse or anything like that?
No, I don't even know.
You go by?
I have no clue.
I like Romans 7:14.
Yeah, I don't know any of that.
And that was, just because
I feel like I like the Old Testament better than the New Testament, because the Old Testament is like the stories, right?
More
and
stories.
the New Testament is like all the stuff that they wrote about Jesus or whatever.
I noticed in the Old Testament when I tried to read it, I was like, "What? Huh?" So I had to get a Bible dictionary, and just, and do it like that. But that old version, man, like I said, there was a lot of violence in that shit.
Well, right. So there's like stories in the Bible about like, oh, if someone steals, their hand should get chopped off or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not the point of the story. You shouldn't point to that and say, if you steal,
he got
from
his
me,
hand cut. They're cutting hands off and shit.
Yeah, you shouldn't point to that and say, if you steal, I should cut your hand off. You should point at the story and say,
don't steal.
Stealing is bad. That's the point of
steal.
the story. You're not supposed to take all that shit literal.
Well, that's what the preacher dude in my chair, he, and I'm, I've read 2-3 different Bibles, you know what I mean, and whatever, they're all saying the same fucking shit, you know what I mean, the Quran, the whatever, they all saying the same fucking shit. So I did get that much, but I'm spitting shit right back at him, like, what about this? What about this? Bam, 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 bam. He was like, well, you ain't supposed to take it so literal. Got mad at me, didn't let me finish the other side of his fade or nothing.
Well, I mean, you're not. He's right.
I'm like,
you're
well,
not.
shit. You know what I mean? I was on my little kick, you know what I mean? But, I was like, shit, let me dive into this shit. I've never in my life have I paid any attention to this shit.
Well, see, and that's what's weird, too, is like, as soon as you start asking questions, people start getting mad.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to take it so literal. Like,
and that's like,
so did he walk on water or not, motherfucker?
Yeah,
shit.
That's a huge red flag for me when you're like, is that true though? And people are like, hey, fuck you. I'm
Fuck
like,
you.
whoa.
Damn, preach. God damn.
Yeah.
It then went and called my grandma on me, man. My grandma called me and man, she let me have it. You can't just be telling people. I'm like, I didn't. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was asking that motherfucker.
It's always religion, man. My wife's watching this documentary on Netflix about like, it's about some Mormon thing out in Utah, but like to the
Okay.
max, like a cult. Like this dude married like 100 women. Like he would marry people, and then people would come into the church with wives, and he'd be like, "Oh, your wife is my wife now, and I'm gonna marry your kids
That's
too."
pimping.
Well, he was marrying like 9-year-olds and shit. Like he had like 1,000 wives, and they all lived on this little compound. And he had security cameras installed in the church, and then he would zoom in on people to see if they said amen or not when they were supposed to. And if you didn't, then he would have problems. He would kick people out of the church and be like, yeah, but your wife and your kid, they're the church's property, so they're staying.
Oh, wow.
Like you have to go, but they're staying.
Oh, wow.
And he had these people convinced he was like the next prophet. And so
Well,
I don't remember his name.
See,
but it's like, and it's always like, oh, well, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that because the Bible said so. And it's like, why are you so interested in?
I'm glad you brought that
Like
up.
it's a control thing.
Because right along with
It's always a control.
the new non-denomination churches,
Mm-hmm.
that's my concern. Exactly what you just explained.
What?
Is this a church or is this a cult?
Oh yeah. Well, the non-denominational ones, that's just like show up and worship however you want to. Right?
I'm gonna get. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna give you
Yeah.
2 examples.
So that's like the complete opposite of a cult. A cult's like you show up, you dress this way, you pray at this time. If it's just like show up and do whatever you feel like doing, like,
Let me give you my 2
that
examples.
seems harmless.
You know, we were in another location before
Yeah.
we moved to this location, right? Well, there was a non-denomination church right across the street from us, right? Weird as shit. I mean, they're in there 10, 11, midnight doing church. In there with the windows open, just a weird fucking vibe.
Well, yeah, because you can show up whenever you want to.
Every Wednesday, the women would bring their whoever had a newborn, and I thought it's like this is just absolutely not fucking normal. How many, like all these women had babies at the same time? They were all within 3 months to maybe a year. Every Wednesday, just the women and their babies, and this one man.
Yeah, that's when it starts getting weird, huh?
Okay, that's when I was like, what the fuck is going on over here? Well, they move into a bigger building. Second example, when I graduated barber school, like the owner of the barber school is a really religious guy, like weirdly religious. Fucking weird, right? So he has our graduation at a church. I don't know the name of it, but it's out off of before you get on the Highway 77 out this way, right? So I had to go to the bathroom, and I'm already wondering, like, this is barber school graduation. Why are we in a church? You know what I mean? So I'm like, whatever. So I go to the bathroom, right? And as I'm coming out of the bathroom, I see this, I love graffiti. You know what I mean? I'm from that era. So I stop and I look at the mural like, damn, that shit is dope. I can see that shit's hand done. So I'm looking at it like, what the fuck is this, man? It's a guy, a chubby looking guy, in the middle of everybody with his hands like this, and the congregation's like painted around him. So I'm like, wait a minute, nah, man, get the fuck out of here, man. The guy on the mural had a red and I think it was red and black or red and green sweater on with some skinny jeans, and they had his fucking skinny jeans painted in the mural, man.
Okay.
So I go back into the ceremony, bro, and this is the fucking preacher standing on the stage with the same fucking clothes on that he has in this mural.
That's weird, too.
They got a class out there to teach you to be a better Christian. They got a class out there to teach you how to give to the church. Yeah,
a lot of churches do that, though.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I don't think religion is weird. I think church is weird.
Church is weird. Thank you. Religion has been around.
Religion is fine. Like, I don't know. I don't have all the answers.
No.
Sometimes it makes more sense to me that there is like some kind of plan or something, because
I told you about we had an episode about the guy in prison that was worshiping the flying red meatball.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, well, if that shit keeps you out of trouble,
yeah.
if that shit keeps you from killing, if that shit keeps you from stealing, hurting people.
See, but when you use it as an excuse to do all that,
But
shit,
but
and that's what people tend to do, or it's like it's just such a weapon, man, like to make you feel guilty.
double-edged sword, bro.
Like I don't know. You have like you got an abusive grandpa or something, and it's like, oh well, the Bible says you have to love your family no matter what, you know. And it's like,
I ain't gotta love that. Getting my ass what? I ain't gotta love.
yeah,
Fuck,
like
fuck
you don't
that.
have,
Fuck
you
that.
don't, yeah, I don't know. It's like people just use it instead of using it as like motivation to do good things, they use it to defend bad things.
Well, like I said earlier, as a kid, like, say
Not everybody.
you did something. Say you stole a piece of bubble gum out of the corner store or something. You know what I mean? You be well, God don't like ugly. You going to hell for that. Or you don't eat all your food. You going to hell for that. Or you just being a bad kid. Period. You going to hell for. I heard that so much where by 8, 9, 10 years old, I was like, shit, I guess I'm going to hell.
I
Fuck
might
it.
as well start killing people.
I'm having fun. No shit. I guess I'm going to go. It was a fear tactic. It was more, it wasn't motivation at all. It was, and that wasn't even from my parents. You know, because my parents, we didn't go to church. We wasn't religious or nothing. You know, we were taught to believe. You know what I'm saying? My dad had always called it the higher power.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't say the G word or the J word.
Yeah, and I mean that makes
power.
That makes sense.
It made sense to me, but outside the home, whenever you like other people's parents, grandparents, or whoever the fuck, it was always, oh, you did that, you going to hell.
Yeah.
Like,
why do you want your kids to be scared all the time anyway?
You know what I'm saying?
Don't you want your kids to be like happy and not scared of burning to a crisp for eternity?
Bro.
And you're not teaching them anything except
you ain't teaching them shit.
To be scared.
Or to stay out of the church, or to stay out of the religion, we should say.
Yeah, it's like, oh, don't steal because it's illegal, because it's not right, because you're taking money from
other
somebody
people's
else,
property,
because,
right?
Yeah, you didn't earn that because he's trying to make a living and you're hurting him. No, it's steal because you don't want to go to hell.
You know what?
Don't steal because you don't want to go. You're not teaching them anything, which again I think is not the point of the Bible. I think that's one of the times where you go read them the story in the Bible about stealing, and then they go, oh, okay, stealing is bad.
Now that we're talking about it, I think the first time I completed a Bible, I was so confused because I tried to read it just like a book, but really it's a book of books, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I've never, like I said, man, I've never read it. My grandma, the one that passed recently, she was super religious. And when I was in Afghanistan, she sent me a package and there was an MP3 player in it. And I was like, oh shit, Grandma sent me an MP3 player. Must be some cool jams on here, man. Cause she would listen to like John Cougar Mellencamp and stuff, you know.
Shit.
So I was like, oh, there must
rock
be
and roll.
Yeah, I was like, there must be some shit like that on here. It was the Bible, the entire Bible on an MP3 player.
Like, what do you call that?
Yeah,
like
an audio book. Yeah.
Man, that should have been easy. That would have been easier for me.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
No
It's
Bible
an
on an
MP3 player that my grandma loaded up with the entire Bible. Yeah, she was really worried about me being religious while I was over there.
Grandma had your back, boy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. She sent me one of those nice Bibles with like the gold, like the outside of the pages is gold. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You still got it, I'm sure.
Probably.
Yeah. Hold on to that. The gold leaf Bible, man.
It's somewhere. I don't know where. I haven't seen it in a long time.
You can't just walk in and get the gold leaf joint.
I definitely have it somewhere because it's like I'm not religious at all, but it's still special.
It's
still special to me. It's like a little one. It's like kind of pocket size.
Right.
But it was leather and it had like my name engraved on the front.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I have it somewhere because
when it's closed, do the pages look gold? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hold on to that one, dog.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, they don't think they even make gold leaf Bibles like that anymore.
Yeah. So I have it somewhere. It's in my I have a tub full of like Marine Corps shit. With all the stuff I had. Yeah.
No shit.
Sometimes I pull it out and I just look at it.
I don't know if you saw my post the other day. Last year, actually, it was a post from last year. I was cleaning my shit out and I pulled out my old prison tote.
You got a prison tote?
Yeah, it still had my number in it and everything, man. I was like, it fucking smells like the joint, man. I'm like,
I got a bunch of shit that smells like Afghanistan still, yeah. Yeah. Speaking of your post that selfie you took with Bohannon,
Yeah,
and you put that song over it. You're my best
that's
friend,
my
dude.
man's.
Me and my wife saw that.
That's my
we were
man's,
we were
man.
rolling, dude.
That
shit
dude
was,
hears me when if I got my music on, man. He's standing in the garage like, "What's up,
that
dog?"
shit was
That's my
hilarious.
dude, man. I'm cool with the Rakim
Yeah.
and Ice Cube. They my mans, but Bohannon, that's my man.
Yeah, Bohannon's cool. Bohannon's probably my favorite of your dogs.
Fat dog,
Mm-hmm.
that's my guy.
And I like him because he got the white on him. That makes me like him better.
Yeah, he got the
That's what-
Superman on his chest.
Yeah, that's what my dogs look like too. He would fit in really well over at my house.
The guy we got him
matches the
from
color
had a deal with Kansas State University because we had to go down to the border of Nebraska and Kansas, fucking no man's land, to get him. So he had a deal with K-State. K-State does something with K9. They got a K9 program that's real huge down there or something. So Bohannon had the all white chest and the white foot, so he was no good. So I was like, what? Yeah, let us get him, man. Ice Cube,
Bohannon's awesome, dude.
we still ain't found his white patch. He's 3 years old now. We still ain't find his white. They said he had a white patch. He was no good.
All right.
I was like,
Yeah, he
well,
doesn't. I thought Bohannon was the only one that had any white.
Yeah, I was like, what? Where?
Fucking
Rakim, that
fucking
dude.
haters, man.
Haters, you know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Haters.
Thinking about putting Ice Cube in some agility contests.
Really?
Yeah, man. I got AKAs for all my dogs. You know what I'm saying? Bohannon's Roscoe.
Okay.
Ice Cube is Scottie Pippen.
All right. You got
Rakim is Paco.
Okay.
It's Paco. Yeah, Ice Cube, Scottie Pippen, man. That motherfucker got
alright.
hops, man.
There
I
you
think
go.
he could do it.
Do it, man.
I think we could take the show.
Seems
on
like
the
hard
road.
work. Teaching him to do that shit, though. Too much for me. I wouldn't do it.
Food driven dogs.
Yeah.
And most dogs are. I think all dogs are, but pugs, they're really food driven dogs, man. If I show him some kibbles and bits, oh, he'll do the shit.
For kibbles and bits, he'll do it?
He'll do the shit.
Oh, my dogs need people food. My dogs will spit some shit out.
Yeah, Bohannon does that
My
shit.
dog, the Chihuahuas, the food we get him has little raw meat pieces in it, and then
y'all got him that fancy.
and then
shit.
kibble. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we felt bad because I don't know. We just want to take good care of them.
Right,
You
man.
know, and it's like, so we were just feeding them kibble, but it was still pretty good kibble. But I was like, we'll give them a little something to look forward to.
They all eat the same.
And they do, yeah. And they do the Chihuahuas. They'll eat around the kibble and just eat all the meat pieces out of it. And then the next time I'm trying to feed them, they're just like, and I'm like, gee, you gotta eat the kibble, man.
Fucking dogs.
I'm not filling this up till you eat the kibble.
Fucking dogs, man.
Yeah.
Try to fill up his
The
water.
lab eats the whole fucking thing. No problem.
Try to fill up their water bowl and shit, and until it's all the way empty, I'm pouring water all on his head and shit. Like he won't get out of the way. Like I want to get all the water first. I don't know. I'm like, you motherfucker, man.
We got this big like water cooler thing. So we just take it over to the sink and fill it up like once a week probably. And then it just like automatically refills. It's pretty sick, man.
I'm still old school, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we were too for a while, but you guys get tired of it, man, especially because we have a lab, you know? So he just goes over there and just like, and then like the entire bowl of water. We were
I had to
filling
mop the floor here in a minute anyway.
Yeah, we were filling up that water bowl like probably 5 times a day. This shit was just annoying. So we didn't do it. Anyways, that's it. That's all the time we got for today. Thanks for listening. If you made it this far, check us out on our social media. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on TikTok. Videos are on YouTube and on Spotify.
Twitter page lighten up a little bit.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, Twitter's doing all right. Thanks for listening again, and we hope you guys have a good week.